in relationships, and just settings in general. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. No, it does. It sinks into all of it. So let's say you're with your sister, you're with your mom, you're with your auntie, you're with your grandmother. But we're specifically talking about relationships as in boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Scenario: you're walking, you see a beautiful girl, beautiful woman, nice ass, nice breasts, nice hips, nice waist. Now, naturally, human nature. Oh look, I don't know about you. I'm gonna look. It's just hot. It's human. It's human nature. When we find something we see it and deem as attractive, it's only natural we're gonna pay more attention to it. Hence the double taking. Whenever a muscular man walks past with a great figure, and a beautiful woman walks past with a nice hourglass figure, the man with the V-tape, the woman with the hourglass figure, and we look, and I believe I feel like a lot of women, they get too paranoid of us men looking back. Understand, I probably want to say this. When we look at them, we still find them attractive, but we're not going to cheat on you. We picked you for a reason. We found you were beautiful, so we picked you. Now, I know there are some men who are actually pussies, and they kind of just chose any girl because they're like, oh, any hoes, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, pussy's pussy. Those are the people living in scarcity. But I'm saying this more from my mindset standpoint, from someone with a rich, broad, abundance mindset, if you will. I believe a lot of people, in relationships in particular, and we're using women for this context, we'll then shift to the men, but we're going to start off with the women. You like to shame your man for acknowledging another woman's beauty. I want you to understand that you are not the only beautiful woman in the world. There are many other women just like you. And that's not to downplay yourself. But I don't see the issue of acknowledging a great trait someone else has. They've been naturally gifted in their beauty, or they've taken the time to apply makeup on themselves, or they have a nice figured body. Now, most women, they don't really have to work for an attractive body, you are kind of just given it, but if it's God-given and it's something that's appealing to the opposite sex, I don't see what's wrong with admiring it. And I don't mean so in a cheatful way, because women do this for themselves, believe it or not. It's like when the muscular guy walks past, the woman comments, let's say the other man's muscular. Oh, he's really muscular. No, let's switch that. Let's say the guy isn't muscular, and let's say the guy isn't muscular, because most people, for the most part, aren't muscular, and I see this all the time. Why and how? Because I walk past all the time. And I get those comments. When I see a couple, skinny guy, woman's there, woman looks good as well, I walk past. Now, I don't hear it all the time, but I'd imagine what tends to commonly happen. The woman makes a comment to the man saying, oh, he's really muscular. The guy has no choice but to acknowledge it. Yeah. He looks really good. When you're a man, you kind of have to do that. You can't act like a woman and go like, you can't act paranoid like they do, You can't go like, because some men do that. Some men do that. Whenever they see a handsome guy, some men, they will grab their women closer towards them. And they'll kind of seem urgent, like they saw a terror, a threat. Because they know from a biological standpoint, animalistic, animal kingdom, primal human nature standpoint, the woman's gonna have thoughts of leaving the man because he's found another man who appears more daring to her female gaze, if you will. And this is human nature. Of course, a woman's gonna prefer a more muscular man over a slim dude with little to no muscle mass, let alone even be skinny, which is even worse. So it's only natural a woman's gonna have those thoughts. And I told you that example because in that example it shows the woman acknowledged the other person's, the stranger's, traits to which she worked towards to achieve, whether that be his good looks through looks maxing, or the body he's built through hard work. I can't speak today. I just woke up like less than an hour ago, so well, a little over an hour ago, through hard work and discipline. And that's going to be acknowledged, and that comes with it. This is human nature. There's nothing wrong with that. And so as us men, we have no choice but to say, yep, he looks really good. But then when it's vice versa, when attractive woman walks past. And whenever a man tries to acknowledge, you know, that woman's beauty, her existence, women tend to get extremely jealous. And I understand this is part of feminine energy. And I know, you know, them having thoughts of them cheating, I know it does happen at times when the relationship isn't where it needs to be, when it's more relatively toxic, when they don't really like each other, but they're just both low value and they're just together. I don't mean it like that. I'm talking about mainly from how I would view it, from someone with a more rich, someone with a more rich and broader mindset. Because I don't settle for less, so my mindset is I'm going to attract the highest quality woman I can attract, and naturally she's going to be beautiful. It's a guaranteed for me, so long as I keep working and get better every year, right? And from my perspective, it's like, no baby, I'm not going to cheat on you. No, just because I acknowledge another woman's beauty doesn't mean I don't find you beautiful, because believe me, I have the power to walk away, and that's something not many men do. And when you are willing to walk away, women will subconsciously respect you more. So, that being said, me being willing to walk away, and you know that you're in abundance because women want men that other women want, and that's natural also. The same with us, we want a woman that other men want, and we compete to achieve the type of woman we want to attract. And it's like, baby, if I'm with you, I chose you for a reason. Why would I want to cheat? And also, it's also an ego thing from the woman's behalf, I believe, in a way. Because it's like, you need to remember, as much as I find you attractive and beautiful, and I do love you, you are not the only beautiful woman in the world. The same way you look at the men and say, oh, he's in shape. I'm mature enough to know I am not the only good-looking muscular man in the world. And of course, when something rare other than myself walks past, it's going to attract some eyeballs. So why on earth would I feel needy or feel fear? No, he's worked hard for it. He deserves the attention and the praise he gets. Now, if they flirt, that's a different story, and that's strike one. If they do that 2 times, it's like, I'm watching you. 3 times, she gotta go. That's different. I'm simply talking about acknowledging the other person's traits in the opposite of the opposite sex whilst in a relationship, that the other gender that you don't know, right? So I'm thinking, when it's those guys, it's like, yeah, baby, he's in great shape. We kind of just take it on the chin. It's like, yeah, and it's an insecure type thing when you're not on his level physically, because when you do meet someone for the first time, you kind of do go on looks, and that's pretty much perception. It's how it is on social media as well. So, you know, you meet someone, what commonly tends to happen is, oh, can I have your Instagram, which is TikTok? That's off of looks. Even, I know it's sad, it's toxic, but that's how it is. And so from the men perspective, like I said, we have to take it on the chin. So, all right, cool. But then women get so pressed when we acknowledge another woman's beauty. Food for thought. I just found it really interesting. Why can't the same thing happen vice versa? Why is it okay for the woman to say, ooh, and make a nice comment on that woman? But if I make not on that man, but if I make a comment on a woman's beauty, another woman's beauty, I get punched in the face for it. She'll probably give you an uppercut, or slap you or something. Women are like that, man. And to find a rare woman that's just, you know, level-headed in the sense of she's not too stressed or anything like that. So long as it's not viewed as flirting or cheating, there's nothing wrong with acknowledging the opposite gender's beauty. I don't see what's wrong with that. Maybe it's all down to context. I mean, let's say I took my girl to a Paris Fashion Week. I'm single, I'm just saying my girl as an example. Let's say I took my girl to like Paris Fashion Week, and we see other couples together, and I say, oh, you look really beautiful. Because of how the context works, the woman that I'm with wouldn't feel insecure because it just matching settings. Like parties as well, same thing would apply. So why is it when you're in the streets, and I don't mean streets as in hood, just let me say city. When you're walking in the city and someone walks back, okay, I'm not gonna lie, looking back is kind of bitch. But maybe someone in front of you, you make a comment from the man's perspective, saying to your girl, that woman's good. She gets really agitated. I don't understand that. I really don't. I guess it's so subjective to the kind of woman you attract. I guess for more cool, level-headed women, personally, my preference would just go like, yeah, she looks good. But for the most part, I believe most women, whenever a man comments on another woman's beauty when they're walking in the public eye, they get really insecure and frustrated, hence why physical hitting, just feelings of discontent, I guess, in a way. Yeah, just something that came to my head. I just found that really interesting. Why can't we acknowledge the other person's positive physical traits? Come on, it doesn't mean we're cheating on you. Well, the higher class men aren't. The bitches are. And I'm not referring to females this time. When I say bitches, I'm talking about low value men. Maybe them. But from my rich standpoint, my rich mindset, no. I don't see what's wrong with acknowledging another woman's beauty, even if you are in a relationship. And I don't see what's wrong with a woman acknowledging another man's great beauty of masculine traits, even if I'm in a relationship. I wouldn't feel insecure, personally.